You also talk about in that same chapter writing off, getting rid of those things that would keep us oppressed. Explain what you mean by that term.
If necessary, things that have had us locked up, feeling that we're enchained and that we're bound, we have to recognize and know what those things are. We know what they are. And so it's like, write those things down. Write those girls on paper.
So you can see them.
That's
and then
right.
Begin to separate them from inside of you.
Thank you. And if necessary, burn it, flush it down the toilet, put it in the garbage disposal, but get rid of it. And they say that Scripture says we can be changed in the twinkling of an eye. And I tell some people, one person's twinkle might not be as long or as short as yours, but we're twinkling these eyes all the time. And it's like we can change as quickly. And sometimes we don't believe that, but we must believe it, because the power of believing is strong. And we don't need more faith. We have faith.
We just need to apply it.
Thank you. And all we need to do is work with it, work within it. It works because of us, and it works for us.
You said at another point, when you were 11 years old, you asked God not to let you leave this earth until you saw something good happening for your people. Right now, a lot of the things we see happening for our people are bad. There's a climate of hate. Many people are focused from this week on Littleton, Colorado. There was this story among all of the tragedy there of all of the people being killed. There was also the story of the African-American boy under the desk who was sought because of the color of his skin. Jasper, Texas. We've seen all of these. So, in light of that, what do you think has to happen on a spiritual level for this to change, not only as we affirm ourselves, but to deal with the hate that we're often encountering?
Well, actually, we're experiencing negative things on a daily basis, moment to moment, breath to breath. We're experiencing those things and being hated because of the coloring of our skin, or the way our hair is, or the way we might be tall, short, or physically challenged. All that results from ignorance. And what's happening in this world is our people have been lynched, castrated, burned, beaten, bitten, dragged, drawn and quartered ever since we've been in this country. And yet it doesn't really become anything effective until individuals see it happening to Europeans, the people who are Caucasian, and when it happens to them, they're like in shock. Oh my God, you know. But yet and still, browns and blacks have been shooting one another in drive-bys or whatever, you know, self-hatred. But when it happens to the European, then it's like, oh my God, it's such a tragedy that individuals can be so hateful and so filled with hatred, and it's an awful thing. But sometimes that can be a good thing when we see that it's necessary to turn it around and say, you see how this country, how this nation, how the world is being destroyed as a result of hatred? You know, even when they talk about ethnic cleansing, they're murdering people, they're assassinating, raping, and pillaging, you know, trying to establish power, which will never ever be, and nobody will ever be powerful simply because of the coloring of their skin. You know, we're all children of God Most High, and as a result of that, we have to learn to respect and honor this breath, because without that, I haven't seen anybody who's much better than me or you or anybody in the studio, you know, simply because of the coloring of their skin. We're all breathing, and when a bomb drops, oh, we made a mistake. We hit some civilians. It's like you're dropping a bomb, stupid. You know, everybody's going to be hit. Everybody's going to be burned. Napalm is going to be burning skin and flesh from everybody, no matter what color. You can be white, brown, red, green, yellow, or from another planet. You know, and when they do something destructive, it's not going to miss you because you're taller than I am, or miss a brother here because he's working on the camera and says, we don't want them, they're camera people. Let's go and hit the man in the bakery. Bombs and nuclear weapons and weapons don't have that kind of knowledge. It doesn't have that, you know. Oh, girl, don't let me go off on a tangent.
Well, no, I know you're very passionate about this, and many of us, of course, feel a lot of passion about it. I guess the frustration is there's this passion, but what do those of us who have a sense of the outrageousness, the horror of these things, what kind of action really affects results against those who are executing these things?
We have to speak out about it. We have to become cognizant of what's happening with our children, how our children are looking, how our children are dressing, and individuals who claim, you know, I didn't know. It's like, well, who's buying these clothes for these children?
So we have to be more conscious. I wish we had more time, but we're out of time. So I want to thank you, Reverend June, for being here. Again, the book is Spirit Speaks to Sisters, Reverend June Gatlin. Stay with us. We have more coming up right after this.